I enjoy just the fact that it's a very simple game, and I think it's totally overcomplicated now. And I'm not saying it all by fools, but I think majority it's fools that have managed to weasel their way into the game. I think what they try and do, and I think what the biggest travesty is, they try and pull the wool over the fans' eyes, and it's the fans that make football, and it's the fans that pay the money.
Some mystic thing, some incredible thing that you just don't understand, but
they try and make it, as I said, me and you have spoken about it before, all these buzzwords about finding pockets in holes and doing this and that. Do you think Brian Laudrup, when he's playing at Rangers, never found a pocket? Or Gaza never played between the lines, or Paul McStay, or whoever it may be? I hate it, mate. I absolutely hate it. I despise it. I despise when I listen to people and they say the same thing about low blocks and this. It's just that a defender's defending. Please, can we just go back to a defender defends, a midfielder runs about, and a striker scores goals.
But the point in all of that, Steve, was that you're saying you can see that is what is making Derek McInnes, or what you always felt made him the outstanding candidate, and what people perhaps are starting to look over at Tynecastle, sit up, pay attention and think, oh my God, something might be happening here.
They were so sceptical. They've been sceptical, and again, that goes back to the people behind the scenes, the stuff that Rangers are going through. Hearts went through that when I think they gave Nazy the job too quickly for Nazy and his kind of managerial or coaching career. They then went down the route of having all the stats and Neil Critchley coming up and all that sort of stuff. And I said that, I banged the drum, that Derek McInnes is a football man. He's worked under one of the best managers that we've had in Scottish history, in Walter Smith, Archie Knox. He's learned off the bet. He's got an array of contacts in the game. Why not give him the chance? And other than Bristol City, everywhere he's went, he's done well. He is a good manager.
Yeah.
And he just is black and white. There is none of this stupid stats stuff. He comes out and he'll say it as it is. I mean, when they went away to Livingston, they won, they scored a last minute goal to win, and he just came out and he said, look, I'm grateful we've won, but it wasn't good enough. We need to do better. He said it as it is. And if I'm a fan, I'm going home in the car with my pals, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because we understand it.
I'm glad we've won, but we need to do better. It is genuinely simple. And for Hearts just now, listen, obviously my column, I touched on it. It's great for Hearts, but I think Rangers missed the boat with it. And I think they'll continue to miss the boat with it, because I think what they'll do is, if Russell goes at some stage, they'll go and look for somebody else who will probably do all the stats and tick all these stat boxes. And I said it to you when I spoke to you yesterday, the first thing I would do is I would either bring Barry back, because did he merit having an extra chance at it? Probably. Or if they've got anything about them, they would drive up the M8 and they would chap Hearts' door and say, how much?
Well, this is what you said, Nicole. Let's be honest, Rangers should never have allowed that to happen. You're talking here about the fact that Derek McInnes became Hearts manager in the summer. And even now, if they had the balls, they'd pay their own manager off and get on the phone to Tynecastle asking for the size of the compensation package, but they won't. They should have made that move when Philip Clement was being binned last season, but they didn't. Derek should have been in the home dugout on Saturday, but he wasn't. People might laugh, but Derek, if Derek did take that job, the first thing he would do is get back to suits and brown brogues. He'd drag the whole club straight back to what he remembered as a player, and they'd be all the better off for it. Do you feel that Rangers are guilty of perhaps of doing a little bit of what Hearts have done for a while? Ryan, look for the cosmic mystic solution.
Yeah,
ignore the obvious.
When the answer's right in front of your face. I think like anything, Russell's obviously took the boys up to Loch Lomond, and by the way, that's not like a one-off. When I was at St Johnstone, the first ever Monroe I climbed was, we done it as a team bonding thing with St Johnstone, so I understand what he's trying to do. The situation is, he's sitting where he's are in the league. He's been absolutely horrendous. They boys should be told, and I know for a fact Derek would do it, because Jim Jeffries would, anytime we get beaten, he'd be like, see if you need to go for a carton of milk, send your wife. Other than that, you stay in the house, you come to the training ground, you work twice as hard, you go to the games, and see, once you're winning, then we can go and climb Loch we can go to Loch Lomond and skinny dip, and we can go and climb whatever mountain we want to climb. That's what Derek would do. That's what an old school manager would do. And again, mate, you're talking about Rangers here. It's an institution, exact same as what Celtic is. This is you're talking thousands of fans, generation. Like, I grew up in a wee mining village outside Ayrshire, which is completely Rangers, from father to son, mother to daughter. It's just that is it. Why would they not go and get somebody who has worked under Walter, worked under Archie? For me, I think he's the best Scottish manager that we've got right now. So why would they not go and get? And he's played for the club. He supports the club. Why would you not go and get him and say, do you know what? More than anything else, mate, they need to unite the fans. I think I spoke to my mates today who are going in at the weekend, and I think, what is it, 20,000 tickets have sold?
There's loads of empty seats, thousands.
That's a travesty, mate. It's an absolute travesty. If I'm the owner of Rangers right now, I'm saying, instead of complicating it, how simple do we make it? Now, there'll be Rangers fans that will say, Derek McInnes, no, not for me, he had his chance. I've had it with some of my mates. But for me, it's the only option. It's the only one I can see is either they bring Barry back, which plugs a gap, and you kind of hope that it works, or, and Hearts fans will hate me for saying that, you just go and get Derek, and you just say, do you know what? We made a mistake, and it's torture on Hearts, but we're Glasgow Rangers. We're coming to get you and see if we want you. Mate, see 5-10 years ago, see Rangers and Celtic, see if they wanted somebody, they went and got them. That was it.
Yeah. But I don't think they'll make that move. And by the way, from a Hearts perspective, you really don't want that, because what an opportunity you've got here this season, Ryan.
No, 100%. Listen, I don't, as a Hearts fan, that's the last thing that I want to happen. I think Hearts will literally be sitting there saying, we'll take it a game at a time. Let's just keep chipping away. I said that last week on the show, that I think it's the first time that I can remember that Rangers and Celtic have sort of been imploding at the same time. So let's just stay under the radar as much as we can. Go about our business.
I think they blew that at the weekend, mate.
And the biggest thing is, can they keep chipping away? And when the Celtic game comes round, can they go to Celtic, or can they play Celtic, and can they make an off statement? And then if they do that, see where it goes for there.
Yeah, I mean, what have you made? Couple of things, Ryan, before you go. One, from the Celtic perspective, you guys looking at it from Tynecastle, you must be rubbing your hands a bit at the thought that there's, internal warfare, there's protests. If there was ever a season to have a real dig at them and a wrestle around with them, it feels like it might be now. Is that helping fuel this sort of a feeling expectation, or is that what you're desperately trying to keep?
Yeah, not for me
right now.
Not for me right now. I think obviously in Brendan Rodgers, regardless of the situation that's going on, they've got a manager that's been there, done it, up here, tried, tested. For Hearts, I think it would really, honestly, it's so, we say it all the time, and it is so simple. It's just take it game by game, because we know how quickly three or four kind of bad results, a draw here or a loss there, and they're right back at it again, and then we're saying, what was that all about? So I think
look at Aberdeen last season, for example.
Exactly. What I do think, mate, is I think if they get to Christmas time, to January time, and they're there or thereabouts, I think Tony Bloom will go big again. I genuinely do, because he would love nothing more in his first season to come up and go, I told you so. And I was one of the guys that said there's no chance I didn't even think they'll split Rangers and Celtic. So I think he'll have the grit between his teeth as well, to, if they're there or thereabouts at Christmas time, to go big again in the January window.